So here we are at Galveston. You're at our vacation again. Y'all all wanted me to do another video with our family vacation. This year we have over 50 people here, and we have looked back. You know, our family needs to marry into cooks, and we've been really good about that. So today he's, you know, and his wife Kelly, the sous chef.
How I was able to work my way into the family.
I mean, she knows what we want when we need it, and she is here with it. Everybody needs a Kelly. Isn't that right?
I concur.
That's right.
He is making his fajitas just as we promised last year, and we're on the grill making them, and everybody's upstairs very hungry.
They're very hungry, and since we're on vacation, we're working with what we have, which is, I don't know, is this like 16-inch grill? So
this is not what we would normally do.
No, we've already done chicken, and we had this filled up with charcoal, and I think we're starting to lose steam, and we probably have another 4 or 5 pounds to go. So we may be smoking at this point, but we can always finish it in the oven, and we'll get it to where everybody likes it.
So we just, like I always say, just make it your way. We're making do with what we have. This is not what we would cook with. He's prepared the meat and marinated it ahead of time, and he'll explain all that to you. He sealed it. You want to show him your package?
Yeah.
He sealed it in his marinade, and you can tell him a little bit about that.
Yeah, we just cut open to this. So I found this recipe. I'd say over the last 5 or 6 years, just doing fajitas a lot of different ways, and I was at another vacation like this where you kind of just have what you have, and I found this marinade that I really like. And so the first thing is usually the star of every fajita is the meat, and so most fajitas are skirt steak. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
Skirt steak or flank steak, but this is actually loin flap from Costco, and it has, it looks a lot like skirt steak, but it's a little more tender than that.
That's great.
You know, you ever look up the charts of the cow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where skirt steak is, but I know this is part of the sirloin.
Okay.
And then because we have so many people here, and I know we have a small grill, I pounded them. So usually if I'm doing...
So you tenderize them?
Yeah, but usually if we're just doing it at home for a small group of people, I just do, I don't tenderize it, I throw it on the grill, really hot, 5 minutes each side. This marinade, I used salt, pepper, garlic. I throw in serrano and onion raw. You can use powder, of course. Chili powder. I use a little soy sauce and Shiner beer. I don't know if you ever had.
No, you asked for Shiner beer. That's why.
Yeah, and I've done different beers, and it's never as good when I use Shiner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't know if that's because we're from Texas, and I'm just trying to make sure. Because you guys are, I know Oklahoma. I know. So
I'm Oklahoma with the Texas heart.
Yeah, so you can get a Bach beer in Oklahoma, but it won't be the same. You got to get the Shiner in Oklahoma.
Okay.
I think the malt, I don't know, it works out. And then I use hot sauce for the vinegar, and then lime. So the vinegar and the lime, the acidity. And I try to do it, that's why we can never make it in front of the camera, because I try to do it 2 or 3 days in advance.
To marinate it?
I like to do it that way.
So that's why you're not seeing it marinated. It was all put together, which I'll put all that, you'll send me what all that is.
We'll send what we do. Usually what I start with is just the meat, dry rub, and then all of the liquids that I talked about. Oh, I forgot olive oil. I throw that all in, I mix it in, and then I just leave it in the fridge for a couple days. But I think minimum 24 hours.
Okay. So do you, like with skirt steak and all that, you have to peel off the layer of skin? Do you have to on this?
Not on this one. I think Costco does that for you. So yeah, that silver skin.
I can never get it all off.
Yeah, that are on ribs.
Yeah.
So when I flip on the back side of it, and if we had done this before marinating, you would have seen they cut that all off for you.
Okay.
So and that's why I never really tenderize it, because you can already see it pulling apart in its raw state.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, cool. You don't really have to leave it on very long. We're just losing steam on hot now.
We are losing a lot of steam on it. So we're going to really get the flavor from the charcoals, and then what we'll probably do is, we got a big crowd up there, and so I imagine there's some medium to medium well people up there. So we'll maybe slice it, throw it in the oven in a foil pouch.
We could do some little medium rare.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I know, it's just, is this gonna make it on the internet? Because my mother-in-law's very picky.
We had that medium rare, right?
You can edit that out, right?
Does she like medium rare?
No, she's a medium to medium well. We learned last night with I know.
Well, I thought she was a connoisseur of food.
She should be. So what we can do is we can put it in the tortilla and we can wrap it up. Don't tell her.
Don't tell her. Yeah. Okay. Don't tell her.
She'll see.
She'll find out later.
So yeah, I like to do this on a really hot grill, and because if you buy the same cut from Costco, I've always been fooled in the past where I think it cooks faster than like skirt steak, but it doesn't. I try to do 5 solid minutes, really get a sear, flip it, and then I go rest it, and then it's usually the perfect kind of medium for a big crowd. So, but sometimes, I don't know if it's necessary, but I take a chipotle from the canned chipotles.
Oh yeah, that's spicy.
And the adobo sauce. So I only take one, and then I dice it up, and I throw it in there.
You put all the adobo sauce in it, or?
It depends. So if I can get a spoon in there, I will. But usually, as you try to get more sauce out, a couple of those jalapenos pop out. So, but I try to keep those on hand because you can do a lot with them.
That sounds good. That would add enough heat for me. Okay, that's what I'm buying next time.
Okay, Luke.
Yeah, they usually have.
I'm gonna see. That's how tender it is, where you can just pull it. You don't have to cut it.
That's really good.
That way I can get as much surface area as I can.
So we're inside now. We've got a crowd of people, so we're doing it the quick way. They sauteed the onions and the bell peppers last night, and we have our sous chef over here. And she's getting all that ready. We've got them in the oven, the tortillas, flour, and corn. And what is that you're working on?
This is queso flamiato with chorizo, so it's just melted cheese. It's really yummy in a tortilla.
It's a fancy way of saying melted cheese
Melted cheese
with some sausage.
So he's finishing up the tortilla, the fajitas here.
Yeah.
And I want you to pan around and show the crowd of people that are waiting for us to finish. And I will have to say, be very quiet.
I would say for Stricklands and Turners, they may be dead with how quiet they are.
We've never heard them this quiet.
Yeah.
So we might keep talking to see how long they'll stay.
I don't hear
quiet.
any opinions or anything going on.
There's not one opinion.
Yeah, it's weird.
They're very hungry though.
Yeah. So when I first did fajitas, if you can see the grains are going horizontally right here, I cut them with the grain. So every time someone would take a bite and pull it out, the meat would come out.
So you're not cutting against
you always
the grain?
cross cut it. No, you always cross cut it
Yeah.
because then it'll pull apart, kind of like right there.
Yeah.
But if you do it this way, it's not gonna pull.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you cut it with the grain.
I cut it against, but since we have so many people here, I'm cross-cutting it again so we can maybe feed so many people. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So we'll wrap this up. we're glad y'all joined us on the vacation, and at the end we'll show y'all the family picture that we're going to take of everyone. There's a lot of us. So hope you enjoyed our vacation. We're having fun.